What's up, it's Eli Knight, and I'm doing this video with the Knight Jiu-Jitsu channel, of course, but I'm doing it in association with the Budo Brothers, and we're going through some Jiu-Jitsu basics. So I'm going through some self-defense, and this one's going to be some self-defense against different kind of rear grabs that might be common that you might experience. There's different kind of classifications. Most of the rear grabs would be somehow trying to get control of the person to pick them up or to drag them or to pick them up and toss them down on the ground. So it might be around the neck, over the arms, under the arms, and so we'll look at a couple variations of each of these. Now, so if Dustin is coming up from behind and he grabs around the neck, let's say, so this one could be very dangerous here. Now, there's two different things he would probably want to be do from here. It's either going to be like a push or a pull energy, or maybe a leaning kind of energy. Sometimes it's not completely clear at first, but whenever I grab here, pull this down away from my neck as deep as I can, then I drop into base, his intention becomes a little bit more clear and a little more pronounced. So if this is the case here and he's still leaning on me, then that means that the energy is going to be more forward like this. So I'm going to like push my hips back into him. I'm going to keep pulling this down, and I want to bend at the waist, making sure my hips are lower than his, and take him forward over this way. Right? So as long as I establish my base pretty well and I have good control of his arm and I drop my hips lower and he's leaning over me, then that's not really that hard of a move to do to somebody even much heavier. Now, the other energy that he could be giving me whenever that happens here is that I pull down and he's actually pulling to drag me back like this here. So if this is the case here, whenever I drop into base, my hips are lower, I pull down nice and tight, and my outside leg is actually going to step back where I feel my heel is up off the ground, my calf is touching his calf, and I'm going to turn, face 180 degrees this way. Not by twisting, but more like by hopping off of this leg here this way. And then also still make this kind of outside reaping kind of throw or outside kind of posted throw. If he moves down the chain and he's grabbing over my arms here, this way, so I'm standing here, he goes around the arms. This could be bad here because my arms are bound to me. I still want to drop into my base here like this, but more specifically, that's gonna help me out better is if I step out into base, because I'm gonna look to go one side here between our two legs. So I'm gonna fake my direction one way, making a shuffle with my arms. And then as he kind of tries to correct, I'm gonna step here behind him this way. Now, if I get my hips in good location and he's he's not too terribly much bigger, then I can lift here to make a throw over the shoulder this direction. But with one that if he's significantly bigger than me, that might be a little bit better here, this way. Once I step out, I do the same kind of setup, and whenever I step here, I don't plant this foot, I get his two legs, and I let this leg slide out here, so we land in this kind of cross-side position. And here, if he still has a hold of me, if he's still grabbing pretty hard, I want to square my hips up to him here, making his grip a lot more difficult for him to hold on to until he has to finally let go. He can't attack me as long as he's still just trying to hold on at an awkward position on the bottom. What if he's grabbing underneath the arms, which is actually easier for him to pick me up that way? So maybe he's trying to grab me here and pick me up either to throw me down or to carry me somewhere. So if this is the case here, then whenever he goes to try to pick up, I want to hook my outside leg here this way to stop his pickup. I want to try to keep his arms down, not too high up on me like this. And if he sets me down to adjust, then look, I go here to base out. If I can get good base and have his leg here within reach, then I'll plant my hand on the floor like this, pushing my hips back into just above his knee here, and then trying to pick up on the leg like this. I could possibly go into a foot lock, a knee bar, or just run and get out of the situation. Now, if though, I feel like from here when he goes to pick up, like this, and I stop, I try to hook like this here. If I feel like maybe that's gonna be a little bit of a tall order and I don't know that I have the balance for that, something else that I can look to do here is I can put this leg behind his leg, this leg between his legs here, and then make this kind of takedown like this. Now I'm accessible to like a heel hook from here to maybe injure him to where he can't get up and chase after me. Then I can get out of the situation too. Remember that if this is a self-defense context, then I'm just looking to do as much as I need to do to get out of the situation, get myself free, get myself safe. So that's kind of the considerations for different grabs behind the back like that. And let me know what you think, guys. Keep watching the Knight Jiu-Jitsu channel and check out Budo Brothers, budobrothers.com, and the Budo Brothers channel. Thanks a lot.